Welcome back to Africa 54. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington, D.C. Now, in Sudan, when the last male northern white rhino died in March, hopes for a revival of the subspecies were crushed. But as Sadie Witkowski explains, the magnificent creatures might not go the way of the dodo.
Although there are only 2 northern white rhinos left alive in the world, their kind might be on the brink of a comeback with the help of science. In a recently published study in Nature Communications, the scientists used frozen sperm from 3 deceased northern white rhinos to artificially fertilize southern white rhino eggs outside the womb. They allowed the eggs to grow until they had reached the blastocyst stage. At this point, they froze the developing eggs to preserve until a suitable surrogate mother could be found.
So the 2 females sleeping down are the 2 northern female white rhinos left on the planet. It's a mother and a daughter, and the one facing us is the southern white rhino. The one which is awake is the southern white rhino, of which we might use as a surrogate mother.
While the 2 types of white rhinos may look similar, the northern and southern subspecies differ in several physical aspects. For example, the northern white rhino has hairier ears, and the larger southern white rhino has grooves between its ribs.
So we hope that within 3 years we will have been able to create the first northern white rhino baby, so we can let it live with the 2 remaining northern white rhinoceros females in Kenya.
Thankfully, the rhinos are still genetically close enough that scientists can use southern white rhino eggs to create hybrid animals. The last 2 northern white rhinos are no longer fertile, so scientists could not create a pure northern white rhino embryo. In the future, researchers hope to create artificial northern white rhino eggs from saved reproductive cells to help ensure genetic diversity.
Only 2 infertile females are still living on our planet, but with this technology approach, we are capable to create a genetic viable population in the next decade.
With the help of southern white rhinos, the most abundant rhino in the world, perhaps scientists can preserve these massive mammals. Sadie Witkowski, VOA News.
The South African Reserve Bank has launched a series of banknotes and a 5-rand coin to mark the 100th anniversary of former President Nelson Mandela's birth. According to the bank, engraving the face of the anti-apartheid leader on instruments used daily will keep his memory alive.
As precious as gold is the memory of former South African President Nelson Mandela. Little wonder memories of him are kept alive through various means, the latest being these samples of limited edition gold coins and banknotes to mark former president and anti-apartheid hero Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday. The South African Reserve Bank says the new notes captures Mandela's historical journey, the hallmark being his 27-year incarceration on Robben Island.
What could be more fitting than to commemorate his life through an instrument that we all use every day? Money touches all of us, young and old. Utata represents the best version of ourselves as South Africans, and there is no more appropriate an occasion than his birthday centenary to honor all that he represents with these commemorative banknotes and the 5-rand circulation coin.
Zimbabwean-born illustrator Sindiso Yonyi is the man behind the design of the coin. His works include criticisms of recently deposed Robert Mugabe. He hopes the design will inspire hope that flooded South Africa on Mandela's release back in 1990.
We were not fortunate enough to experience the sort of democracy that South Africa has currently been experiencing for the past 24 years. So I'm hoping that almost like that euphoria that was captured when Mandela got released and was the first elected president, I'm hoping that will pour over into Zimbabwe that has known a dictatorship for pretty much more than 35 years.
Inyonyi used an image of a smiling middle-aged Mandela as the subject of the 1-ounce pure gold 5-rand coin. The 34-year-old who left Harare in the early 2000s at the height of political violence sees his work being placed firmly in history as a dream come true.
For me, it's more like it's a legacy type of thing, in the sense that it's something that's going to be around for quite some time. And I think as an artist or graphic designer, we always sought out, or I particularly always sought out, to be able to have a place in history. You know, generations and generations can learn from his philosophies and his outlook on life, and how he approached, you know, this atrocity that was apartheid, you know.
Nelson Mandela was born on the 18th of July 1918. The United Nations designated the date as Nelson Mandela International Day in 2009. The tribute notes and coins form part of month-long events across the world.
Well, a little further north, Sophia, one of the world's most advanced and perhaps the most famous artificial intelligence humanoid robot, was a big hit at this year's Information and Communication Technology International Expo in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Visitors, including various dignitaries, were excited to meet their lifelike AI robot as she communicated with expo guests and expressed a wide range of facial expressions. As viewers, Mariama Diallo reports, Sophia has become an international sensation.
Decked out in Ethiopian attire, Sophia was all smiles when she posed for cameras at the ICT International Expo in Addis Ababa. And the crowds couldn't get enough of the android.
It is a great pleasure to finally be visiting Ethiopia.
Sophia was designed to look like British actress Audrey Hepburn, complete with a slender nose, high cheekbones, and an intriguing smile.
Sophia has her own character, right? So what we're planning to do is build a new character, which has Ethiopian flavors, Ethiopian philosophies.
Sophia, who was originally designed to speak English, has been programmed to speak a second language, Amharic, Ethiopia's official language.
In the first phase, we're trying to add more robust text-to-speech and speech-to-text recognition, because when you talk to her, she has to hear you and reply back from a set of responses.
Some initially had mixed feelings about AI, but that changed after hearing what one of the world's most advanced androids had to say.
I was really excited because, you know, it's like a big deal for Ethiopia, but I was really nervous because I'm scared of her, basically, and artificial intelligence. But when she started talking, she was saying that, you know, she wanted to help humanity, and she was saying that, you know, artificial intelligence is a good thing. So I thought that speech was really good.
Sophia was activated about 3 years ago and made headlines last year when she became the first robot to receive official citizenship from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Given the response from her fans here, could Ethiopia be next? Mariama Diallo, VOA News.
Now, following the expo, Sophia visited with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who said he was pleased to hear that the brilliant Ethiopian AI developers at ICOG Labs were part of development as the first humanoid robot. And that's our show for today. You can find all the continent's top news and world news online at voaafrica.com. Check it out. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Chamberlain also has our last word from Lagos.
Thanks, Vincent. We look forward to bringing you another show next week. ChannelCV.com is your source for news and programming. I'm Chamberlain Uso. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.